Raider Nation, we are here, and we have a very special treat for you. We have Chris4Raiders in the building, and we have our special guest, David Dunn, former tight end for the Oakland Raiders. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good,
you know what? Man, I wish I would have played top tight end. I was a receiver, kick returner. I wish they would have moved me to tight end the way these tight ends are moving today.
Good, right?
Man,
this is my fault.
That's right.
No worries.
Yeah, so definitely like right now you're coaching, you know what I'm saying? Like tell us about what you got going on.
Oh man, it's after retiring from football, just got into coaching my son, and then started with the youth team, and then moved up to the high school level, and been at Lincoln High School for the past 18 years, going on my 14th year as a head coach. Just great passion, man, giving back to the community, giving back to the kids, having fun, teaching them the right way to do it.
Definitely so. Like, is it how'd you kind of transition to the coaching thing? Like, was this kind of always something you wanted to do?
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Normally a lot of times when guys are finished playing in the league, especially if you're not ready for the retirement part yet, you're still trying to figure it out. I just happened to I jumped in. My son didn't stay with me while I was playing ball, so got a chance for me to get out there and really work with him. And next thing you know, man, working with all his friends and the whole community. So it just kind of brought me right back into the football thing. And I think I have a really good passion for it, and I got a knack for it. So it was like natural for me, and I've been in it ever since, man. I came in coaching. I was coaching the youth team, the 12 and 13-year-olds, and I was coaching the JV team and the varsity team. So, and I've been doing it ever since.
How does that make you feel, coaching these kids up, like telling them what football, sports, camaraderie? How does it make you feel when you do that?
Oh, it makes me feel great, man. Everybody has their story, and that's what I tell these young men, is everybody has a story. And it depends on how you work, how hard you work, and how much you really put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Mm-hmm. But it's your own unique story. For me, I was one of those kids who didn't like school, and I didn't get to play until my senior year in high school. Even though I was one of the best kids on the campus, I didn't take my academics right. I didn't take my academics straight. So, what I do now is I really push the kids academically so that, they have the opportunity right off the back, because when I did play my 1 year in high school, I put up 20, almost 30 touchdowns and made a bunch of noise, 6'3" wide receiver, 195 pounds, running the 4.5 40. And, I drew the attention. But when the University of Miami came down to get me, I couldn't go because I didn't have no grades. So that's one of my passions right there. One of the first things I teach the kids is we're going to be student athletes. And I'm still real proud of that, man, because my team averages a 3.2 GPA. And we just came off of our second state championship in 3 years, getting kids out to college at an alarming rate. Most kids in the city going out on scholarships is coming from Lincoln High School, San Diego.
Awesome. You say 6'3", 195. Can you play now today? Because we need a big receiver. Can you play today?
Right now, man, I'm being You see me in person, people think I'm Warren Sapp.
Yeah, we need that too. So can you play that?
Yeah.
We can't Raiders sign you.
I'm more like a D tackle right now, brother.
Hey, we can use that too.
Like I said, we can use that too. So like you got to play on that 2001 team, which was special, but heartbreaking at the same time.
Yes, indeed.
What was it like just coming? Like, if you want to talk about the transition from there, from the last team to the Raiders.
Oh yeah. I bounced around. I was drafted, of course, by Cincinnati, and was there 3 years, a year with Pittsburgh and a year with Cleveland, and then coming over to Oakland, man. Getting back on the West Coast was just, I couldn't wait to get back to the West Coast, man, and coming to an organization like the Raiders with all of his history and tradition that goes along there was just amazing. It was just amazing, man. First year coming in playing with Tim Brown and RNJ Rison. Then the second year it's Tim Brown and Jerry Rice, and who could ask for anything better, man? Great group of receiving core, guys that put up amazing numbers, some of the greatest guys that ever played the position, and just the knowledge you gained from, my locker was right in between theirs. So, it's a cool story. While I was playing junior college in Bakersfield, we had a celebrity softball game, and it was the Raiders and the 49ers was like combined, and we were playing against them with our junior college team, Bakersfield Junior College, for a little charity softball game. And Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, I got a chance to meet them both when I was there, and I told them, I said, man, I'm gonna be playing up there with y'all one day. And we had took a picture, and when Jerry Rice joined the team, I brought that picture into the locker room, and I said, remember this day? And I was standing between them, and then my locker was right between theirs, man. That was the coolest thing. Yeah.
That's full. That's what you call full circle right there. That's great. Yeah. Man. So how'd you feel? Actually, I know it was great playing with those guys. Are definitely they are Hall of Famers. Regardless, they are Hall of Famers before they got in the Hall of Fame. How did it feel playing behind them or with them? Did you feel like this is it? This is a dream, or was it like?
Man, we of course always been a competitor. I'm ready to come in and compete at any time, and just knowing my role within the program, within the team, mainly a kick returner, punt returner, catching balls and catching across the middle, and playing with those guys. But just to have Tim Brown, invite us over every Wednesday and have dinner with him and his family, that was amazing. The knowledge of having Jerry Rice come on and hey, try this stance, try this release, just the work ethic of going hard every single day, every play. I mean, the guy never cheated a rep at all, and I used to hear stories about it, but you see it firsthand. He definitely commands the best out of everybody. So just watching that was just amazing. I tell my kids today, hey, I've worked with and trained with some of the best receivers ever played a game. And, the one thing that stood out is they always worked hard. They always were respectable gentlemen, but they also didn't take no mess, and they played hard. So, that's what I took from them is, and always giving game, even though I don't consider myself competing, they come in and I don't mind playing behind Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, so I'm playing alongside them and just being in the same room. But just the respect, man, this was more so than anything of telling you what to do and showing you how to do it, and just kind of showing you the ropes and coaching you along the way. Not they never put themselves above nobody. They just showed you the way, and that was amazing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any interactions with Al Davis while you were there?
With who?
With Al Davis.
Oh yeah, Coach Davis. Yes, indeed. Always knew when he was coming around, man. Everybody talks about, he had that cologne was real strong, and he comes out with his all white. And the thing about Coach Davis, he knew what everybody was doing. He watched film, so when he would come out to the field and practice field or stuff, he would He'll say something to you, and you'll know that he watched your film because he'll make a comment about something you did. Either the day before or a couple of days before, which that he's pretty much watching everything. But every interaction I had with Coach Davis, Mr. Davis, was always a great interaction. Game days and stuff like that. We come out on the field. He called me his tough physical return guy. So, like I said, you knew that he watched everything.
That's interesting how you call him Coach Davis when he's actually the owner. But you got to call him Coach because he's still coached you guys up, right?
Yeah, he still watches film. He talks to you about football. He make comments about something you did at practice or whether it was good or bad, and he lets you know. So just the respect level was always there.
Yeah,
definitely. Like when you were coming up, like who was your the player that made you want to play football the most? Like who'd you look up to?
It was actually it was Jerry Rice. Watching Jerry Rice at a young age, Jerry Rice and John Taylor, was huge for me. But then also, seeing guys like Cliff Branch and Lester Hayes and just all the greats, and then Marcus Allen being from San Diego as well, and Lincoln High School alumni, which was always great. So just had a bunch of guys that I was watching growing up was more so the 49ers because of the Rice and them thing, but I always had diehard Raider fans in the household.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like are you kind of into the college scene right now, like with the players?
I'm actually on a visit right now. I stepped away. Brought my son and my godson up here. I'm at the University of Oregon. That's why I'm peeking around the corner. I'm up here. I'm up here at the University of Oregon right now. I'm on an unofficial visit with a couple of guys.
Okay, hey, what's the scoop, man? We need some quarterback. Quarterback we good. We need some wide receivers. Does Oregon have anything that we could use in the wide receiver room?
Man, I mean, they had some guys that made a couple of big plays yesterday. I'm telling y'all, this made a sleeper. Coming up in the next couple of days, man, this kid Keyshawn Smith out of SMU. He's a guy that I coached before. Always, you get one of those kids, man, that right off the bat, this kid's going to play on Sunday. Myself, my assistant coach Jason Carter, he also played receiver in the league, and right off the bat, as soon as we got a hold of this kid, man, I said, "Oh, this kid is special." He's definitely going to play on Sundays. Catch radius is out of control. Speed, control, body control. I mean, everything about this kid is absolutely amazing. So I know he's definitely. I would love to see him in a Raider uniform. And Keyshawn Smith is definitely a guy that I would love to see in a Raider uniform.
Boy, he is now on everybody's radar now.
What?
Man,
I see him play.
He makes routine catches, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's like a guy make like a crazy type of catch every now and then. I mean, he does it all the time. He reminds me from the offensive side, just like a Travis Hunter. It's like identical. But anything that touches dude's hands, man, he catches it. It was absolutely crazy what he did for us in high school and leading us to a state championship and going on to the University of Miami and playing at Miami, then going over to SMU and playing at SMU. Just always, he makes the plays, man. So definitely a guy I would love to see in the Raider uniform.
And I seen him play in SMU, and they hadn't played in a championship game. I like, who's this guy? I didn't know because I don't see SMU, but I say, who's this guy making these catches?
Yeah.
But the thing that boggles me is that you don't hear about him on the draft board, which is good.
Yeah.
He said sleeper.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was like, sometimes you get in a place and you get you get caught up in the shuffle of the rotation of the receivers. But yeah, the kid he's the sleeper. Remember, I'm telling you right now, he's a sleeper. Whoever lands him is going to be very, very pleased.
Hope it's us.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Any other? Let me see. Any quarterbacks stick out to you?
Oh man, of course, what Cam is doing out there. Cam Ward is just amazing what he's doing out there. Shador's doing his thing as well. My son played on the team with Dion, and my nephew Herman Smith as well. Safety that's coming out from Colorado this year. Another solid young man, solid pick. Shador's doing his thing, Cam's doing his thing. Of course, those are two names that stick out more than anything.
Definitely.
Anybody else besides those two? Because those two are the hot topic of the draft. So anybody else besides those two?
I really wasn't paying attention too much to a lot of the other guys, unfortunately. But they just stick out so much. I don't get to watch too much of the draft stuff.
Okay, I don't blame you because it's kind of hectic.
Drive you crazy, man.
Yes. So, like you said, you went from the time in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Like in each place, can you tell me a lesson that you learned from each team, pretty much that you went to?
Being drafted into Cincinnati, of course, you learn football is definitely a business. You come in and you gotta maintain and do all the things that you're supposed to be doing, and excel at it. And so just knowing your playbook, knowing how to move on the field and off the field within the facilities, and we're building good relationships. Not only with your teammates but your coaches as well. Good fan base. I mean, Cincinnati was definitely cool. I appreciate them for drafting me in. My uncle used to play for him in '72.
We lost him. Salute to the people in the chat. Taylor Hay, Michael, Mark, Robert, Gang.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, had a call trying to come in.
Oh yeah, no worries. Okay. No worries.
But yeah, moving on. Pittsburgh was very interesting. It has Pittsburgh has a definitely rich tradition as well. Rich tradition, winning tradition. I felt that right off the bat when I got to Pittsburgh was that unfortunately when I got drafted by Cincinnati, we was hoping to win games. At Pittsburgh, you were expecting to win games and have a first round bye. And that was established from the moment you walked into the room. That's what they was about. We're going for this first round bye as we're getting into the playoffs. It was expected. So my time with Cleveland was when they came back as the expansion team. So that was a crazy time.
Yeah, remember that.
That was a crazy time. That first year was kind of wild. But then coming into Oakland, man, was just like, they said a bunch of journeymen, some guys that bounced around for a while.
Yeah.
But when we came in, man, it was just like home because everybody was accepted for who they were. And we was expected to play, man. Play hard, and forget everybody else, man. It's all about what we doing now, and we taking no prisoners, and we not judging nobody, and let's go to work and kick some ass. And that's what I said. Oh, I love this place.
And that's what we talk about as you call him Coach Davis. So I'm gonna respect that, Coach Davis. That's how he was. He picked up guys off the waiver wire. Well, I know they had waiver wire then, but guys the other teams rejected. So he was like the orphanage for players that nobody wanted. Yeah. He always took the best, and then, as you say, he made them the better. How did Coach Davis make you a better player when you was playing on that team?
Just giving us the opportunity, to hey, come out here and make a play. That's what it is. I'm not worried about nothing else. Come out here and make a play, and that's just the Raider way. We just didn't. Anybody that came in here or came into that black hole, man, came to that Raider Nation was we're not taking no prisoners. We're gonna whoop your ass one way or the other. And that's what I loved about it, was that whole mentality. We used to go, me and Andre Rison used to go to this crab spot, man, down in Oakland. Older sister, older lady had owned it. And I never forget, man, we come in there on Wednesdays, she brings us our food and we talk for a minute and she, hey baby, y'all gonna win? Y'all gonna win this weekend? We said, yes, ma'am, we sure gonna try. She said, well, if y'all don't beat somebody's ass, we gonna whoop somebody's ass. and I loved it. I mean, I just loved that whole atmosphere, man. Like I said, make you want to go out and just play for the town, man. Everything about it, the grime, the grit, Oakland, all about it. I just loved it, man. We just get to go out and play.
I don't know if you remember a place, it was a barbecue place called Flint's. It's, it's long gone now, but you know what I'm saying? Like around that time, it would have been the spot. If you had barbecue out there, like fish was Dixon's Fish, and then back Flint's barbecue was the spot.
Is that the one down by Jack London Square?
No, it's Everson Jones. Okay. Yeah, but like if you like that, Flint's would blow the socks off that.
Yeah, because I used to live right down there in Jack London Square, so I used to, that's where I used to hang out.
Oh yeah, you had it good over there.
Oh yeah, man, down to Oak Tree and all that, man. I was down there getting it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, quick question: have you been to a Raider game this year or last? Since they moved to Vegas, have you been to one game or anything like that?
I have. I've been to. I've been to a couple of games out there. It's different.
I was going to ask you. I'm sorry. I didn't cut you off. That was the last part of the question.
It's different. Authority and back in Oakland, man, it was just the intimidation factor of looking at the one way in, one way out. You got to come through. You got to come through, and everybody didn't want to do that.
That's what I was going to ask you. How the atmosphere feel?
Yeah, now it's
Not a call. Yeah, that's how the atmosphere felt because I didn't been to Oakland. I've been to LA, but I didn't been to Oakland. So
I would say it was similar to LA because, like, I know the culture is, that's like our cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like a debate, that's our cousin. And the LA vibe, because we take it serious. We serious about our teams, and like he said, like I like getting back to that mentality because most of the time back then it was like, yeah, we're gonna lose the game, but we're gonna win the fight. Like you don't want to celebrate till you get on the freeway. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it was.
Exactly. That's the attitude I think they're trying to bring back. Like, you know what? We might lose, but you're gonna know you're in the game. Yeah. You're gonna feel tomorrow morning when you get in the ice bath, like, oh, God damn, this team was tough.
Yeah, no matter what, we always had, like, it wasn't like, it's not like, damn, we're going to Oakland. That's the easy one. No, it was, damn, we got.
Oh, there's the fear. There's fear going to they to Oakland on the schedule, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, look, guys, shout out to Taylor A, Raiders Rebel, Marcus Banks, and Alice Girls coming in. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, appreciate everybody.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe on both channels.
I would have did this sooner. I thought it was going to come under, so I didn't want to block everybody out. Appreciate y'all, man.
No, we were talking to somebody, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Hopefully everybody happy Sunday.
And so people 420.
Yeah, 420.
Not I, but yeah.
happy Easter to those who don't, believe in the 420 or,
Happy Easter.
Yep, happy Easter.
I don't know. Now we lose connection because I don't see his tag up anymore. Well, it's still. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. But I appreciate him coming on and definitely sharing some good stories.
He's busy, man. He's in the Oregon, he said.
Yeah.
He's doing something up there. We don't know what, but he's doing something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Definitely appreciate him, man. Like, that was a crazy year to be on the team with Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Eric Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole
Hall of Famers. He was on the team with what? 4 Hall of Famers, I think.
Man.
Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Eric Allen. I think it was.
I want to say somebody off that offensive line for sure.
Yeah, I think it was someone off offensive line is a Hall of Famer too. But in an event though, playing with 3 Hall of Famers on one team is like doesn't happen all the time.
And In fact, was what's his name? Was Rod Woodson with us too?
No, he's in Green Bay at that time. That's Eric Allen.
And we got the encore.
I think it was in Green Bay. I'm not sure. We can ask David Dunn.
Yeah, were you was Rod Woodson on that team with you?
Who?
Rod Woodson from the Steelers.
When I was at Oakland?
Yeah.
No. We had Charles Woodson and my guy. We had Charles Woodson and my guy, Torrey James and Eric Allen.
Yes.
So that's 4 Hall of Famers then.
Who used to get the best in those practices? Like, who used to get the upper hand most of the time? Like, offense or defense?
I mean, I would say it was pretty even, man. I mean, it was skilled on both sides, so it was always a battle every time you went up. Whether it was Jerry and Charles going at it, or Tim and Eric Allen going at it, and it was no matter who it was, myself, Torrey James, we all took our wins and our losses. But it was just all about that competition, and that was another thing is nobody never shied away from it. Jerry Porter, the guys, everybody step up and get their work in. And then Jerry or Tim would always, they'll put you to the side. Hey, you should have tried this right here, or try this next time. And RNJ Rison always had some good ones too. He was, killing with them double moves, man.
Hey, when he do his Spider-Man after he get his first death?
He was wilding out, man. That was one of my boys right there, man. Me and Dre and Wood, we used to hang all the time, man. So that was definitely fun times, to be a part of that, hanging with them guys, and being one of the guys that that can hang with on a daily basis. So that was real cool.
Did anybody give Charles Woodson that work? Was there anybody, that used to give him a run for his money?
I mean, Charles is smart, man. He's a smart corner, man. He's smart, fast. He knows, he watches his film. He knows all the keys, man. But, every now and then, of course, like I say, everybody took some L's, but it was always a great competition. Nobody was just flat out getting beat. It wasn't like that at practice. Everything was contested. Definitely. You win, you earned it, and that's how it was. And like I said, we all helped each other with with what we were doing right and wrong and how things could work better. But I just love the competition of it, man. Every day, the competition and the respect that we have for each other. Real good team camaraderie, man. That's what I remember more so about the Raiders. It's just, we all played together, man. We all played for each other. We hung together. It was really a family out there, man. Really a big family.
Yeah, you can tell on game day you guys were always together. You guys seemed like it was like that camaraderie that we here together, we fight together, we win together, we lose together. You guys showed that. Who instilled that to you guys on that team? Because you don't see it now, but back then, who put that there?
I think the fact that everybody had their own stuff that they had kind of went through at some point. And like you said, you get second chance and second chance with the Raiders, a chance to come back out there and prove yourself and get back on the team. And everybody just kind of took to each other, man. Wasn't nobody judging nobody. Wasn't nobody really putting themselves above nobody. We was all equal. The whole thing was we had each other's back. So I remember if I'm making a mistake, Wood is good, don't worry about it, bro. We got it. We held it on defense, and if somebody happened on defense, I had return coming up. I got it, I'm trying to take it to the house. You know what I mean? And and that's the way we operated, man, no matter what. We picked each other up and played through it. And I think that's a lot of what's missing now is that, you have to just kind of come together. You have to come together and be on the same accord. Wasn't a lot of individualism.
What do you tell your younger self now that you know?
That's what I tell my kids now. I said, if I'd have known all the things I know now and looked at it the way I look at things now, career could have been a little bit different, could have been better. But that's what I'm trying to instill with these young kids right now. It's like, hey, you know, you gotta love each other. You guys gotta play for each other. You know, you guys gotta. It's bigger than you. It's really about the team effort. You know, you have your own personal stuff that you do, and you do it 110%. But it's still about the team because it's going to take the whole team to win. You know, nobody's going to win it by themselves. And if we all pull together and make plays like that, it's you know, that's what leads to success. You know, that's, you know, my team has went from a struggling team, inner city team, to being now one of the top, looked at as one of the top 5, top 7 teams in the state of California.
There you go.
You know, we play with that same mentality that I played with the Raiders, man. It's everybody for everybody. You know, if you ain't trying to get in the film, if you ain't trying to make some plays, get in the film, you I don't know what you out here for. You know, we coming to get it, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's what the Raider Nation need right now. They don't have that mentality. Some do, some don't. It seems, but the Oakland Raiders and also LA Raiders. I'm in LA. They have that mentality that we in this together. You know, it's not about you and how many catches you make. It's not about you how many tackles you get. It's about us winning.
Yeah,
and we seem to lost that along the way.
Yeah, that's what we got to get back to, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the fans is coming out to see the Raiders play. You know, just the history and tradition of the program, and you know, this mentality of it, man. You know, you're coming out to play for the Raiders. Screw everybody else. It's all about us. It's time to go down. Right. And you know, that's the way my high school team do it now. You know, it's us against everybody. You know, or I tell you better yet, I switch it up. I say it's everybody against us. You know,
there you go. I'll say it's not us versus the world. Yeah. It's the world versus us.
Yeah, so nobody don't get ours. I call us the Raiders of high school football, man. Nobody don't like us. Nobody don't want to come around us, the whole nine. I don't mind that. You know, we're going to come in here and make everywhere our home. It don't matter. We come in and take all y'all's. It don't matter. So that's the way we move. And the only way we can do that is by knowing our assignments, competing like crazy, and, you know, everybody taking care of their business. And that's it. So, and the biggest thing I tell them is having fun while we're doing it. Yeah, we gonna clown, laugh, and have fun, and we dangerous as hell when we're doing that. And nobody wants to see us that way. They want to see us uptight where you can't play and you got to think too much. Man, let's come out here and make plays, bust these fools up, make everybody bow down.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
We need you on a Raider coaching staff. I tell you that right
now. yeah, definitely do not be a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, please do share that knowledge, man. We definitely want to hear from you again.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Especially to the young kids. But I appreciate what you know. That's great what you're doing for the kids, the young men growing up, because they need that life lesson, and you're instilling that to them, which is great. You know.
Yes, indeed.
Because most of these kids, you know, as you know, us being our color, we are, you know, most of these kids don't have a father figure to help them grow and develop. And you're doing that. You like that to them. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. I mean, that's my role as head coach, and then my foundation also, the you know, everybody call me Day Day and Coach Day Day. So my foundation is the Day-to-Day Foundation. And this is like part of what I'm doing right now is just you know, taking kids who really can't afford it, or, you know, parents can't get them out of town on these unofficial visits and stuff like that, man. My foundation steps in and, you know, flips the bill and get the kids out here, and so they can get an opportunity to see schools and places they couldn't normally get to. So, you know, just giving back on the field, off the field, you know, through my foundation, and, you know, just helping kids any way possible, man, giving them every experience they can possibly get.
Definitely. Is there a website they can you know send funds or help out?
Oh yeah, it's DAY. It's the Roman numeral 2, II, capital II, Day-to-Day Foundation, Inc. And that's my foundation, man, where we're doing a lot of big things out here. We're helping kids, you know, get a bunch of college visits and different things like that. But even so, more so, my project we're going to repeat now is we have a Protect the Brain campaign where I'm getting all my kids brain scans brain scans before the season, and through when they get concussions and stuff, we're able to monitor them and, make sure they're not going back too early. Going through the concussion stuff myself and all of that. So making sure they're not going back too early and then make sure they're prepared to get back out there the right way. Like I said, we play hard and we want to fly around, but we also want to make sure these kids are safe. So that's a big campaign that I'm doing right now with my foundation, is making sure that we can get these kids tested and making sure they can be safe.
Now, I know a lot of that stuff it's hard to, prevent, but what's the biggest, tip you could give to kids to kind of prevent it if you can?
Just, be smart. You got to try to keep your head out of the game, So keep your head in the game, but you want to keep your head literally out of the game. You want to use your shoulders and make sure you know how to properly tackle and things. And, try not to use that head too much in there. And that's the main thing is, just trying to improve the knowledge on that and making sure you can stay safer. So play the game, but still stay safer and still play physical at the same time. So, it doesn't, we're just trying to make sure that they can have the best opportunity possible. I had a kid that, we first did this a few years ago. Ronnie Lott had sponsored it. And we actually scanned some of our kids, and one of my best players we found out after the season, as he got into college, when he got ready to go in, he couldn't play no more, man. It was like, you take another hit and he's done. And I
just posted a link into our chat, so you guys see that. Go ahead and look it up. I'm looking at it right now. It's all looking foundation. Go ahead and help them out. It's a nonprofit organization. Go Brother Dunn out. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yes,
and play. I live in Southern California, so I'm down here in this area. So help our Brother Dunn out.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you too. And I don't want to keep you too much because I know you got, you doing some important things over there. But definitely, we will definitely bless the foundation too for you blessing us on the, on today, spending your Easter and holiday with us. We appreciate that. Raider Nation, we appreciate, they appreciate that. So any last shout outs you want to give, definitely let us know.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Just shout out to Raider Nation. Like I said, love my time with them. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
That's right.
Big time, man. Man, look out for Keyshawn Smith, man. Keyshawn Smith, Herman Smith Jr. And like I said, I'm up here in Oregon. I'm up here in Oregon right now, man. And they're gonna have the best left tackle coming out, Isaiah World, man. 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. This dude is amazing. He was killing in that practice.
Whoa,
man. Yeah, and the beauty of it is that they're all Lincoln High alumni. So they play that ball. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys, man. Big time. Thanks for having me out.
Always. Thank you.
Always, man. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to talk to you.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brother.
Bless you, brother.
Yes, sir. Bless you as well.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, look at his website. He has a great website. It's a foundation. You donate